next thing we're going to talk about is how to make your movement and your styling look believable. One of the things that I have found that's really, really important is that when we learn an arm styling or a foot movement or a body movement is to make it look believable. A lot of times we look at somebody and we copy it and we watch it in the mirror ourselves and we go, ah, it looks manufactured. How do you make it look real? How do you make it look good? And this is kind of like the concept of how to feel your dancing, okay? So one of the things as kind of a rule of thumb that I do, I kind of have the concept of thinking you want to put a reason behind your actions. In other words, if I'm going to take an arm movement, okay, and someone says I got to put my arm and put it up. If I put a reason behind that action, it'll make it look believable. If someone said, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do for this particular pattern, well, and then you get out there and you have the look and you're going, ah, looks terrible. What you want to kind of do is put a reason behind it, such as, okay, I'm going to make my arm movement have a feeling of stretching. If I stretch it, it gives it a believability. If I have a feeling, or say another reason, say I want it to be a very light arm. If I have a feeling of being very light, then it becomes believable. So one of the ways, and a couple of the reasons I'm going to go through, one is to be light, to be heavy, to have a very twisted feeling or a ringing feeling. Sometimes we have a feeling of being off balance. Okay, like for instance, if I'm thrown into a crossbody lead, into an open break, if I'm falling off balance and coming out, by creating that, it gives it a nice look, okay? Some other things that you can think of when doing your movements within your arms or your body is thinking of being in a certain mode. If you're in a really good mood, you have a tendency to be a little more crazy, go crazy. Don't go halfway, go all the way so that it looks believable. Okay? If you're feeling very tired, sometimes I dance the best when I'm tired because I'm much more looser and I'm not so intense, and that gives me another whole look. If you're in a bad mood, that's another great opportunity to really like punch out some stuff and use that bad mood within your dancing. What it will is it will create a style or a look within your dancing and again, create a more believability as opposed to trying, okay? I'm going to try and dance well even though I feel like you know what. So what's important is you want to try and use those modes or moods within your dancing. So again, putting a reason behind your actions is really, really important. I'm going to demonstrate one particular action that happens quite often for us as a girl. A lot of times the gentleman will give us a crossbody lead. He'll do an inside turn for us, and at the very end he'll catch us, and we have this arm that gets stuck in there, and a lot of times we're told to take the arm up, or we're told to take the arm around, or whatever it is. It's important that if you're going to take the arm up after a turn, okay, but it doesn't just go up, you want to have a feeling of giving it a reason. By giving it a reason, like I'm going to hit a drum, boom, that by thinking that and creating that, the movement of the arm looks believable. Or say I'm really sweaty and I just want to like wipe my hair or get it out of my face. I come out of my spin, and instead of just doing this and kind of touching your hair, which I call not believable at all, very manufactured, what we tend to do is go ahead and really like grab your hair and really like touch yourself. And if you're going to do a movement of some sort, you want to always make it real, make it for real. You don't want to kind of slide up the body without touching yourself because that's kind of, again, looking manufactured. You want things to look for real. So, as a recap, a reason behind your action. Certain reasons, you can be heavy, you can be light, you can be twisty, you can have a feeling of being, you know, very much into your own touching yourself. You can be a feeling of being off balance. You can have a feeling of being very twisted. If I want to really twist my arms, or if I really want to twist and throw everything back in my hands, by really twisting and not just having the arms up here as such without the twisting, again, to make it look believable.